Good afternoon. Welcome to another episode of Mr. Crupper's Classroom of the Airwaves. This episode will concern itself with Chapter 3, AP US History. As with Chapters 1 and 2, I want to caution you, the reading tips and the people and terms that I give you are not the only terms you are responsible for as you read Chapter 3. You are responsible for the entire content of Chapter 3. That said, let us begin with our discussion of Chapter 3. The first question that you should focus on as you read: to what extent did the Protestant Reformation impact the establishment of the English colonies? Second question: to what extent did religious differences lead to demands for religious freedom while simultaneously causing religious suppression in the English colonies? Question number 3. Explain the differences between the New England, Middle, and Chesapeake colonies of English America. Discuss these differences in terms of the types of settlers who settled in each of the colony groups, the economy of each of the colony groups, and the impact of geography and climate upon settlement and the economy in each of those colonial groupings. To what extent, this is question 4, to what extent does the desire for land replace the desire for quick riches in the English colonies? And what is this impact for desire for land upon the native or indigenous population of the English colonies? Explain the religious differences between Quakers, Calvinists, Lutherans, the Anglican Church, and Catholics, and then comment on how those differences impacted colonial America. Question number 6. To what extent did the governing structures developed in the early New England colonies and in the Virginia colony shape later political thinking in the American colonies? And to what extent did the British policy of salutary neglect impact the governance of colonies, and how did this policy of salutary neglect later contribute to differences between the English colonies and the English motherland? Question number 7. What was the Puritan dilemma, and how did it impact the New England colonies? Question number 8. Be especially familiar with the following people: John Calvin, Anne Hutchinson, Roger Williams, John Winthrop, William Penn, and John Cotton. Question number 9. Be able to explain the historical significance of the following terms: the elect, franchise, predestination, visible saints, the doctrine of a calling, covenant, antinomianism, city upon a hill, navigation laws, the Mayflower Compact, and the fundamental orders of Connecticut.